The Samsung Galaxy S8 is definitely the best phone Samsung has ever made. It might even be the best phone ever made overall. But as per usual, no piece of tech is perfect. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at 5 things I like and dislike about the all-new Samsung Galaxy S8.
The S8's display is fantastic. Now, to get the full experience of this 2960 by 1440 display, you have to actually set it to that resolution within the settings. The S8 actually ships with Full HD Plus enabled to save battery life, but once you have the display set to its native 2960 by 1440 resolution, it's the best display I've ever seen. The blacks are inky, the colors are very vibrant, punchy, and just crispy overall, and the smaller bezels also make the display feel more immersive. So yeah, overall, it's just the best display I've ever seen on a smartphone. Even though Apple and some other big name smartphone manufacturers have decided to ditch the headphone jack, Samsung actually still has one on their S8, while keeping the same IP water resistance rating and actually cramming more features into the phone. This is, for me at least, a major plus. Fun fact, Apple ditched the headphone jack mainly to free up space for the vibration motor to use with the touch-sensitive home button. The S8 has very similar tech below the screen, and yet they still managed to keep the headphone jack without sacrificing on water resistance or build quality. You've now got 2 biometric ways of unlocking the S8, Fingerprint and the new iris scanner. It's supposed to be even more secure than the fingerprint sensor, and with its placement, the iris scanner might feel like a more viable option to some people. It's actually very quick and accurate as long as you hold the phone right, which can feel a bit weird at first, but when you've used it for a while, you'll have no problems using the iris scanner on a daily basis. And no, you cannot unlock the phone with a picture of you. The S8 has a water resistance rating of IP68, just like the S7 before it. This means that the phone can be submerged in down to 1.5 meters for up to 30 minutes. This gives you kind of a sense of security that if you happen to drop the phone in like a pool, for example, it will be totally fine. Keep in mind though that this is a water resistant phone and not a waterproof one. The S8 is not intended to be used for like taking pictures on the water. It probably works, but it's not recommended nor intended. The camera on the S8 is hardware-wise not a big upgrade from the S7, but with some software tweaks and optimization, it's better than before. These pictures and video speak for themselves. So with the likes out of the way, let's take a look at some of my dislikes of the S8. For the record, no, one of the dislikes is not going to be about the fingerprint sensor location, because I actually don't mind it. But I do mind the speaker though. It's rubbish. It sounds tinny, it's easy to muffle in landscape mode, it has no bass and doesn't even get that loud. The most optimal speaker setup on this device would be dual front-facing speakers on those tiny top and bottom bezels. That would be hard to pull off at this thinness and with all the sensors up top. But yeah, the sole speaker is the S8's biggest issue, in my opinion. But if you can live without a great speaker, this phone is golden. With the infamous Note 7 fiasco last year, Samsung played it safe and got a relatively small 3000 mAh battery in the S8 Non Plus model. And with a big screen and very powerful hardware, it might not last as long as you would like it to. I've heard some people with the S7 having its battery be good in the beginning but get worse with time. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case for the S8 though, but if so, it won't last a day. The phone did, however, last through a day of use right now with auto brightness enabled, but definitely not more than that. Bixby is Samsung's own version of Google Assistant. Which one is better is yet to be seen, but there is a hardware change because of Bixby. There's a new button dedicated to just Bixby below the volume down button. Now sure, a dedicated button is convenient if you actually want to use it, but I imagine many people don't really use any voice assistant on a regular basis and would like to map the button to something else, but you can't, so that's a hardware button gone useless. The S8 has an 18.5 by 9 aspect ratio. This makes the display taller than usual. It's not as tall as the LG G6's 19 by 9 or basically 2 by 1 aspect ratio, but it's still noticeable while watching videos. You can click on a button to resize the video, although that crops it in a bit so it's not perfect. The benefit to this aspect ratio though is that you've got more space in scrolling apps such as Twitter, Instagram, and so on. Personally, I don't mind the small black bars in videos, but I just wanted to mention it for anyone not aware of it. My last dislike with the S8 is its price, because unlocked it costs around $800. That's almost double the price of a OnePlus 3T, which is a phenomenal phone at just $449. But yeah, with the S8, you do however get a much better camera, display, and some all new tech like the iris scanner. If you plan on getting your S8 on a monthly payment, rock on. It's the best Android phone you can get right now, but I wouldn't recommend buying one unlocked. It's just a lot of money.
Alright, so that's it. Those were my 5 pros and cons with the all-new Samsung Galaxy S8. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.